G'day guys. There's a ton of great ROM hacks out there for old games, but they are almost always released as patches that you apply to the original ROM, and usually never as a ready-to-play game. Luckily, it's super easy to patch your ROMs using an online patcher, which supports several different formats, including the two most popular ones, IPS and BPS. To get started, simply go to Google and type in hack64 web patcher. Click on the top link, hack64.net. For this test, we'll be patching Pokemon Crystal Clear using our vanilla Pokemon Crystal ROM. Pokemon Crystal Clear requires an English version 1.1 base ROM and will not work with other versions. So for our first test, I will show you what happens if you try and apply a patch to the wrong version of the game. We want to click Choose File next to ROM and select our base ROM. This is the game that we'll be applying the patch to. As mentioned, I'll select the incorrect version first, which is version 1.0. Next, we want to click Choose File next to Patch and select our ROM patch. Again, Pokemon Crystal Clear version 2.5.7. It is a BPS file. The save as file name should auto-populate based on the name of the patch, but if you're not happy with it, you can simply click on the text field and change it to whatever you want. I will keep it as standard for this test. All we have to do now is click Patch. As you can see, there was an error. It says the patch is not meant for this ROM. It also mentions to see the console output for more information. You can click OK on this error. To bring up the console, all you have to do is press F12 while on this page. If for some reason, like me, you don't have an F12 key because you're using a Chromebook, you can right click anywhere on the background, go down to the very bottom, click Inspect. On the window that slides in, at the top we want to click Console. Here it tells us our error in detail. In this case, it is the same that popped up. It is not meant for this ROM. To close this window off, you can press F12 again, or simply press the small X to the right of Console. Next, we'll apply the patch to the correct Pokemon Crystal version. Again, choose File next to ROM, select our correct version 1.1 ROM. Under Patch, we want to select our patch. I'll leave the file name the same and click Patch. If the patch was successful, it'll automatically download. That's all there is to it. This website can patch ROMs for many different systems, including Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. We'll close out of this and test our patched ROM. This is our base vanilla Pokemon Crystal version 1.1 ROM, and this is our patched Pokemon Crystal Clear ROM. If you were curious, the emulator I'm using is BGB, which I highly recommend for Windows users wanting to play Game Boy or Game Boy Color games. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.